Some of you have been being admired from afar, and you don't know it, and you may be feeling down on yourself for some reason. I don't know, you're being hard on yourself. Oh, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet. And meanwhile, there are people that are looking at you going like, what are they doing? They look incredible, they smell incredible, there's this buoyancy to the way that you're walking, and people are watching you and they're noticing you. And regardless of whatever it is that's going down in your life right now, the work that you have been doing on yourself is showing. And yes, that can manifest in terms of external things, external beauty or handsomeness or whatever it is. It can absolutely manifest like that, but it's more than that. It's internal. There are so many of you out there that have been doing this work on yourselves, and you almost feel like sometimes, like, is this all for naught? Like, is this all, like, what am I even doing this for? It feels almost as if sometimes the world is falling apart around you, and there are people in your life that are living in fear, and they pull on you sometimes, and you forget who you are. You forget that you are this creator being, and you know that. You know deep down that you manifest your own reality, that you are creating every single second of every single day the life that you want, the life that you know that you deserve. And you do that with your frequency. You do that with your awareness of the present moment, and you do that with the frequency of love and joy and staying out of fear and anger. Now, that is not to say that we don't feel fear and we don't feel anger. And many of us, we have people in our lives that pull us back into those places. I mean, hell, if you turn on the news, you go into that place, I think. Or you talk to that person that's living from this place of, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then you kind of get pulled into it, and then you realize, okay, this energy it's not mine. This energy isn't mine. I'm talking to a collective of people that have been through hell and back, it seems. And there are some of you that literally, like, if people knew your story, like, people would be like, what? How has there not been a book written about you yet? How has there not been some kind of, like, interview about you? Like, you've been through that and you're still standing here? What? And some of you, you're so humble about the things that you've been through, and you've got friends or family members in your life, they're like, I broke a nail and this guy broke up with me, and and you're like, cool. So, like, I've been through a lot more than that, but I'm gonna be really sweet and kind to you, and I'm gonna hold your hand through this, And if they even knew half of the things that you had been through, their jaws would be on the floor. But you keep it to yourself. You journal about it. You don't advertise the fact that your life has had a lot of trauma. Your life has had a lot of pain. Your life has had a lot of situations that have been entirely unfair to you. And yet still here you are. And you're showing up, not only for yourself, but for other people. And you are so magnetic. I can almost feel as if, like, it's as if there's this internal light to you, and people can see it, and they're attracted to it, like a bug, right? Like a moth to a flame almost. You've got people around you that are not only in absolute awe of you, but they want to emulate you. And they do. And they don't tell you that, but they do. Because there's something about your energy that is so completely beautiful that it's almost contagious. And so that is why when you move into frequencies of fear or anger, and that's not to say that you're not allowed to feel those things. We're human. We're going to feel those things. But when you feel them, and you're around others really pick up on your energy, because you're someone that is, and this has nothing to do with human design, you're a generator okay? You generate energy. You're like this box, right, of energy that even when all the lights are off and the power is off and there was a storm and it was, it turned everything off and there's no more electricity, like you have this reserve of light within you that is honestly, it could power a whole city. And the people around you know that you've got these reserves. Now, some of you have been feeling almost as if lately like the reserves are running on empty a little bit. And some of you have been feeling very depleted. I want some of you, here's the thing. I'm not here to give you advice. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm not here to tell you, hey, here's this method and you try this out. There's so many people here on YouTube that are going to sit here and go, you know what the key to life is? Here, follow this map. And here, this is what you do. And this is how you manifest. And this is how you do this. And this is how you do that. We don't know a damn thing. I don't care if you got a PhD. All we really know for sure, any of us, is that we are here. We're here. Right now, together. We're here. Right now. In the present moment, we are right here. Right now. And if you think about in terms of energy and frequency, you do know that when you're vibrating a little higher, when you're letting in the love and you're letting in the joy and you're letting in the flow state and you're being in your creativity and you're able to actually express yourself, you know that more good things get attracted into your life. And you know that when you're in a survival state, that in general, more things that will bring on a survival state also happen, where you're in a constant state of fear, a constant state of confusion, a constant state of what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. You have come far enough to know that you can trust yourself. You can not only trust yourself, but you can trust the universe. You know that the universe has your back. You know that even in your darkest days, even when all the chips are down in front of you and it almost feels as if, is this a joke? Is this how could this be happening right now? You still trust. You still trust. And I'm so proud of you for that. I'm so completely proud of you for how far you've come and how much you've endured to get to this point. And I wanted to do this message because I'm talking to a very specific group of people here who have endured pain that most others can't even really fathom. It's almost biblical. It's almost like a myth, your story, what you've been through, how you've been through it. And you get quiet sometimes and you think about it and you go, man, I'm grateful. Not grateful for the pain, not grateful for the abuse, or not grateful for the trauma, but grateful for the way that you came out on the other side of it and still are shining that light. You're grateful because we can't choose, the bad things that happen to us. These things happen, whether we're raised in a particular way, whatever it is that happens. We can't choose those things. We can choose the way we react to them, but we can also choose the way that we live our life afterward. And some people go and they perpetuate the pain in others, and you don't do that. You do the exact opposite. That's why you're so magnetic, because you see people, and they know that you see them. And they're so grateful for you. So what does this mean for you right now, this message? There is something that you've been waiting on, that you've almost not let yourself want anymore. You wanted it in the past. There's this thing that you almost, some of you may have given up on it, but it's also more something that you've turned away from it because you almost feel like, well, if it was going to happen, it was going to happen before now. Maybe it's a little too late. Maybe this just isn't in the cards for me. And I just want you to know that time, the way that we know time, right, in a linear sense, is not working the way that it used to. I know that sounds a little nutty, a little crazy. And again, I know there's a lot of people on YouTube out there that are going to say, time isn't real. No, time's real. I got the wrinkles to prove it, baby. Come on. But it's more so that your awareness in this moment is making time, the perception of time, lengthier, longer. And this is a secret that you know, that when you are in the present moment, there really is no such thing as linear time. And this rushing and this hustling and this grinding, we can get sucked into it. And of course, it's not like there's not going to be deadlines in life. But something that you thought was from another life, because it was, in a quantum way, something from another life that you thought you would have to give up on, never have, or just accept, like, this isn't going to happen for me right now, is coming back around. A second chance to do something that you've always wanted to do, that was always there, and it wouldn't have worked if you were younger. It wouldn't have worked. This thing that's coming back around, this shot, you're going to make it this time. And if it would have happened any earlier, when you wanted it to, when you had willed it to and it didn't quite, or it almost did, or it did and it didn't really quite work out, it's coming back around. And you are at a point now where you're not nervous. You're not hustling. You're not even really surprised. When it comes back around, you're going to go, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Some of you know exactly what this is. And some of you, you're going to be surprised. But it's going to feel like a present from the universe. And it's a reward for being your magnificent self, for shining that love and that light and living from this heart-led space of letting others pour into you and you pour into others. You hold space for others. And the universe wants to reward you for being the alchemist that you are.